So, let's check it out. Oh, it's different acoustics in here. I can already hear it. It sounds weird. My own voice sounds weird to me right now. Okay, well, we got stuff to deal with. I'm considering throwing up some acoustic foam on these walls to help deal with the reverb a little bit. See how it sounds. Thank you. Yes. I should have probably put that in the title. Well, it's still probably excellent play. We haven't reached that peak performance issue with the. Anyways, see ya. Hello, poker faces. So you are literally the first person to talk to me with my new setup. Tell me how I sound. It sounds weird to me. I can hear reverb, like I feel echoey. I can fix echoey eventually. But yes, green screen. Slightly different sound setup. I'm curious about the overall volume. I'm considering going more extreme on the sound stuff right now. Yeah, be very interested to hear. I know, but I normally run quiet, and I'm curious if this has done anything for that. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's a mic like right here, and I wasn't able to do that before with the positioning of my computer. So can't hear an echo. Good. You're not supposed to be hearing an echo. My voice sounds weird to me in this room. I love my new streaming room. So excited on my new streaming room. Like, I don't want to say it's the only part of this move that I like, but it's definitely my favorite part of this move. Did the move work out fine? Yeah, I mean, we're not done with the move. I mean, we're here in the building, and I now have internet and power and everything else and whatnot. We have a lot of shit still to unpack. I've been unpacking pretty much nonstop for a couple days now. So, yeah. But I'm super excited about this. This is my favorite part of it. I have a dedicated room for streaming. The last one was the room for streaming, but I mean, this room has no windows, so no natural lighting, so I can do all my own lighting. It's a little bit more isolated. There seems to be less in the terms of background noises around here. I'm hoping when they do mowing, I haven't had them mow yet. When they do mowing, it's going to be a lot less fucking irritating. I'm really excited. Really excited. Is Frig excited to start? Yeah, I think she is. She's doing the homemaker stuff right now, setting up the apartment, making it look nice. We got the bones in. One of our couches doesn't fit through the door, which is kind of obnoxious, but we're working on that. Monday we get maintenance to remove a light fixture for us, and we can probably get it in. So you have to let me know. Anyways, we're gonna play a little bit. We're gonna play mostly as a test to everything. I want to play too. Don't get me wrong. I haven't played games in like 3 or 4 days now, and that's kind of a lot for me. I'm a little like twitchy, but yeah, please let me know about the audio quality, guys. The quality shouldn't have changed, but I'm mostly interested in the volume. This is the same volume I always talk at, but let me see if I can move the mic around to show you guys. So that's where it is now, and it's generally a little bit lower than that because of space issues. So the fact it's right here, I think might help a little bit. So it's not the top of my mic, it's actually the hump there, and I don't care if that's visible at all. But yeah, you guys want to see it without the green screen? You want to see the green screen without the Chrome key, rather? I want to show you. So go there, remove that. Can I just toggle it? Yeah. So I've got a big green screen behind me now. Ah, fancy. Feels nice to be able to set that up. I've had that sitting, not even joking, I've had that sitting for a year at my apartment, maybe longer. But there just hasn't been room to set it up in the previous setup. So anyways, exciting stuff. Exciting for me. Cool. Let's get to it. Let's get some gaming. So quick draft right now is M2019. I was really enjoying the sideboarding, but maybe we'll do a quick draft first just to get into it. Get at least one draft going. Don't start on me, QED. I just literally had the fucking I'm now on Spectrum Internet, by the way, which is I can't be a downgrade from Comcast because Comcast is the bottom of the barrel, but it may not be much of an upgrade. So I set all this stuff up way ahead of time. I was supposed to have internet 2 days ago. They're like, you can just pick up the modem. They wanted me to use their modem, and their modem's free at this level of service. So I'm like, sure, whatever. My modem's a little bit older. It probably wouldn't have handled. I have a new speed upgrade here. So I'm 400 down, 20 up now, which is an upgrade for me. I'm particularly interested in the 20 up because it seems like when I get slow service, my slow service seems to be about half my up. So fingers crossed, half my up at 10 is still enough to stream.
Quitters never win.
Hey, Luffinus. Thank Thank you for the resub. So anyways, so I scheduled this fucking thing for them to show up, and or rather scheduled the install, picked up the modem, came here, plugged it in, set it up, not working. So there's 4 cable ports in this apartment, 1 in each room, basically. And all right, so they only turn one of them on, and of course it's the one on the other side of the house. So I have to get a technician out here. So I scheduled a technician to come out here because I need to swap which cable port is open, basically which of the ones is live. And they confirmed with me last night. So I scheduled this yesterday for this morning. Confirmed with me last night. They call me and I hear a confirmation from their stupid system. This morning they text me to confirm. There's an hour window he's going to show up. The hour passes, no fucking technician. Another half hour goes by. I call their tech service calls me and they're like, the representative is delayed. He will be there eventually. And I'm like, great. Okay. Tell him that the door stuff isn't set up yet. Because to get in here right now, the door code for the building, they have to call us. And to call us from that fucking intercom service requires we get a landline phone. Who uses landline phones in this day and age? So anyways, so we don't have that yet. So I'm like, just let him know he has to text me or call me on my cell because he can't use that service. 20 minutes later, the same woman calls me back and she's like, would you like to change or would you like, she says, the technician says that you'd like to change the time of your service window. I'm like, no, I don't want to change anything. I've already been waiting an hour and a half past when I'm supposed to be. She's like, oh, he must not have read the memo then to actually text or call you when he's here. So I go down and let him in, comes in, he fixes it, he changes stuff, takes him like 10 minutes to do it. And finally, we're here alive and on the internet. So it's amazing. I can't remember why I started that story, but I've now told it, so that's good. So it's a plus. Maybe we're just doing audio checks here. That's how I do audio checks with people all the time. I'm like, tell me a story. So, can you guys hear that? Oh, it's in my game. Nice. Okay. So we're still messing with that. Yeah. So I can't imagine there. And then I was chatting with the technician as he set stuff up, right? And or as he set that up for me. And I'm like, I just moved from Comcast. I'm kind of excited to be at a new company. He's like, I've heard really good things about Comcast. And I swear to God, I almost dropped what I was holding. I'm like, what? You've heard good things about Comcast? They've consistently won worst customer service, like uninterrupted for like the last 5 years or something ridiculous. How can you have heard good things about Comcast? It was unreal. And then he's like, oh, what do you do for a profession? Because I want to show you guys this setup, right? So let me see if I can move the webcam around. Let me toggle the filter real quick. I don't know what it's going to do. So I just want to show you the room. So that's the green screen behind me. Of course, talking on shit. You guys see that? Looks like a bright light. And on the other side, also another bright light. And the green screen on the wall behind me. Yeah. So anyways, he sees the setup and he's like, oh, what do you do for a living? I'm like, well, I stream in YouTube. I'm doing it for about 5 years. He's like, oh, you can make a living doing that? I'm like, holy shit. Where are we that like this is news to you that YouTube is something that people make livings off of? It blew my mind. So he's a nice guy, but I felt like I had to do some education with him, which is fine. I can educate people. It's fine. I do that for a living a lot of the time. So anyways, donations. All right. So I have a new setup too. So, I want to show you this too. So, I changed this monitor. That's the stuff in the background. See the monitor setup? So you can see the 2 monitors. You guys, that one is chat right there, but I've done it vertically as opposed to horizontally for a little bit more screen stuff so I can see you guys a little bit better, but I'm still fiddling with that. So Oak Dragon with a $10 donation, thanks man. I'm still figuring out exactly where that's going to go and how I'm going to look at that, so appreciate the donation, man. Anyways, I'm super excited. Have I told you this? Have I mentioned this? I'm super excited about the setup because I am. So how about a room tour for YouTube? My webcam, I'm okay moving my webcam around a little bit, but I've got all the wiring done. It's all like zip tied. It's not zip tied. It's kind of there. I'll show you. There are these little Velcro ties. I don't want to move it all around right now, but I do maybe at some point want to consider a second source of video input somewhere. So anyways, super excited about the move for that portion of it. New setup. Really pleased. But I still want to know this. So I know that I consistently, perpetually run soft on terms of volume, and I'm thinking this positioning might really help with that, but I'm not sure yet. I'm considering investing in a I've tried a preamp before and had a lot of trouble with it with this mic, but I'm considering changing the mixer that goes into this mic and possibly investing in another preamp. So I would like to know about the volume stuff. So if you guys can think about that. I know I had a viewer the other day that really triggered something internally for me, and he was like, I like to watch streamers on my television, and I sit back on the couch, relax, watch streamers on my television, and he's like, I can turn you up and you're still quiet, but then when the ads play, it like blows me out of my room. And I'm like, yeah, that's fucked up. I hadn't even thought about that contrast between the Twitch, the ads that I can't control the volume, and then my volume. So please let me know about the volume stuff as that happens, because I am seriously considering an upgrade for that. This would be the time to do it, and might need to be done. So anyways, nice to see me back. Any chance you'll be having Legend VD on the stream again? Possibly. I mean, I enjoyed my experience with him. It would be nice to kind of touch base again after having played another 100 games or so or something like that. And yeah. Anyways, so let's get a game. So hi guys, I'm excited to be back. I missed you. I'm pleased with my new place, mostly because of the streaming room, and it's a nice apartment, I guess. It's in Wisconsin, so it's got its pros and its cons, is what I'm saying. The Wisconsin nights have been great. We went out to dinner our first night here, and we were at a bar, or rather, it was we're on a river. There's a river right by here, the Fox River, right? And we were sitting at this this restaurant on this, we were sitting at a bar at this restaurant, chatting with the bartender, and I couldn't believe it. I was getting $4.50 fucking drafts. And I asked them, like, is this some happy hour that's not listed or something? Oh, no, you guys just missed happy hour. I'm like, oh, no, I'm not complaining about the price. I'm trying to determine if this is the standard price you guys charge for beers. And he goes, welcome to Wisconsin, which cracked me up. I pay fucking $8 for a beer in the Chicago area. So I was really pleased for $4.50 draft beers. Seemed like a very civilized place to be as a whole for that. But we'll see what the rest of it's like. So they have good beer here. I've ascertained that. Drinking a beer, not a Wisconsin beer, but having a beer now. Gushing Filthy is so cute. All right, I'll try to tone it down. We don't want to give you the wrong impression to chat. I'm just excited. That's all. What about the cheese? Cheese is an added benefit. You like beer. I like cheese when I'm drinking a lot of beer. So move here. It's $2 for a draft. Holy fuck, Ickbear. Where the hell are you that it's $2 for a draft beer? I'm not talking like fucking Coors Light either. I'm talking like craft beers. So yeah, no Comcast. Yeah, but I don't know about Spectrum so far. To be fair, the person who called me to reschedule things was very nice, very appropriate, like interactive. That's the word I'm looking for. You know how some games are described as not interactive, right? Hearthstone's like this, right? You play your game, your opponent plays his game, and rarely do the two meet. That's how it always felt like dealing with Comcast tech support. I have an issue, and I'm trying to communicate that issue to them, and they want to read a script at me. And they want to read their script, and their script is really long and really detailed, and goes on for a very fucking long period of time before they get to the point where I get to provide input. It was nice to get input on the phone with Spectre, or Spectrum. I call him Spectre, like a fucking 007 villain. Which, to be fair, they might turn out to be that way. We'll go with Spectrum for now, but we can always upgrade him to Spectre later. Spectrum actually did things like add things to tell the person coming that the only way to get in was by texting me, even though he didn't pay any attention to that and tried to cancel the order. But still, it wasn't too bad. All right. What do we got? What's chat saying? My opinion, the best control deck nowadays. Someone wants to get down to business. Best control deck? I don't know. But I did build, did this before I left. I did build like 95% of a deck that I'm actually excited to play from time to time. It's been doing okay. And this is the 4x Nicobolas deck, which is super fun for me. It's actually getting stomped by one of the white-blue decks at the moment to me, but we'll see. I'm missing some of the cards in it, so we're missing 4 cards still, but it's almost playable. But we're going to do some arena draft today. Brewer's Delight. I don't know what this is. What is Brewer's Delight? Bring your janky brew. In this deck, you'll earn up to 6 brewer cards selected by our designers from outside the current meta that you can use to create your own fun decks for free play. No. All right. Well, we know what that is. That's not about beer after all. It's about brewing decks. That's what they call it in Magic when you create new decks. It's brewing. I don't know why, but sure, we'll call it brewing. We'll try to use the nomenclature of the community that I'm attempting to be a part of. Seems fine. How old are the Civ games currently being posted on YouTube? Month, maybe? I don't know. I'm not sure, Daddy Hurts. Not entirely sure. They still bring meta decks into Brewers Delight? Of course they do. People are just looking for a win. Anything else? I don't know if I like this horizontal layout. Like, can I share the screen with you guys? Show you what we're looking at here? I might be able to. Hold on. Let me just see. So, probably won't even show for most of you guys. So it's been I've taken one of my long, they're rectangular monitors, which are much longer than they are wide. And then I've rotated it, my 2 monitors for you guys. So I have a vertical. And chat is like 70% of the monitor vertical. And then I have my OBS and my, what do they call it now? It's not Twitch alerts anymore. Streamlabs set up down the bottom, which I mostly like, but I'm not entirely sure about the setup quite yet. So, okay, let's get a game. Let's get a draft. Quick draft. Magic 2019. Buy in with gold. First pick. Blue, white, black. I'm not seeing anything else amazing in this pack either. Enigma Drake is decent. Draconic Disciple is, I would say, actively good. Strangling Spores is totally decent. Starts going pretty quickly downhill there. The Drill Master's fine. Totally Lost is okay. But let's grab Nicobolus. I don't know if we're going to play him yet. And I've already got 4 copies of him, unfortunately. I just drafted my 4th, or... Alright, I was telling Steve the other day that I enjoyed the sound effects that Dragons made in this game, mostly to troll the fuck out of Steve because he hates this client, but mostly because he hates it because he has some bizarre relationship with Magic Gathering I don't understand, and I enjoy poking that as much as I can. But, yeah. Anyways, the point I was making was mostly I enjoy the Dragons making noises all the time, but I didn't really enjoy that too much. Okay, Rise from the Grave, a very solid one. I think Surge Mare is absolutely amazing. I haven't had a chance to draft one yet either. There's some really good green cards in this deck too. The Rejuvenator is quite decent. The Courser's a very solid 3-drop. Child of Night is alright. Salvager Secrets is great, but very, very, very slow. Rise from the Grave is really solid, and Surge Mare is really solid. I don't know between those which comes out ahead. 2 blue for me in what was probably looking to be a tricolor deck seems a little bit hard. I think I'm going to pick Rise from the Grave entirely on that. And I'm going to feel a little bad about it. Haven't been around a while. Checking your YouTube feed. Any reason why you play Civ 5 over Civ 6? Because Civ 5 is better multiplayer, but I'm not really playing either right now. It's just some older couple of games of Civ 5 that we hadn't released yet. That Aqua, who does my scheduling for my YouTube releases, some of them anyways, has been hoarding for a moment when he feels that we need to release them. I don't know what his rationale is with that. I haven't really been checking on the Civ 5 stuff. I think just from time to time he likes to release Civ 5 content, which is fine. So I think I'd probably take Rise from the Grave here. I want to play this card because I think I've played a lot of M19 now. And I don't think I've played this card yet, which seems crazy to me. Pridemate's great too, but it has no synergy with our first pick. So I want to play this card. I think it's really good. But this is just the best of 1, not a best of 3. There's no sideboarding. I think this is probably the card I'll pick. But it was close. Ravenous Harpy seems good. Sleep is crazy. Divination is good. The Gearsmith Guardian I think is decent. Essence Scatter is quite decent in this format too. Thera and Electrify is amazing. And we're playing red. Well, fuck. That's hard. I think decent creature, situational, and 2 blue costs. I'm not sure what colors we're playing yet. Essence Scatter, really good. Divination, really good. I think I take the Electrify here as just premium removal. But it's hard. I don't actually know here. I don't know what colors we're going to end up. So I think I'll take the slower removal card that's only 1 red. All right. Black-red duel sounds great for us. Omen Speaker's solid, but requires early blue mana, and I don't know the colors yet. A Millstone or Suspicious Bookcase. I found this card very slow and very clunky to play. Not super excited about that. I don't want a Millstone right now. I think to me this is probably a fairly easy dual land. Let's grab the Cinder Barons. Second Cinder Barons on the table and anticipate a Divination. I would love to get our land issues. So Epicure Blood is a decent creature. Havoc Devils are a solid creature. I think the Guardian's really good with if we end up with any blue. Divination's a very nice draw card. Anticipate is even playable. Teutonic Rift is quasi-playable, especially as a sideboard card, which we don't get in this. I kind of want to land fix again, though. Oh, so people in there asking about the lands. So you can provide as many basic lands as you want of any color in your deck, but a basic land provides color of one color source. So a basic black mana source is a swamp. A swamp provides one black mana. You can put as many swamps in your deck as you want, and that's fine. We'll do that later. Dual lands provide sources of multiple colors. So it doesn't provide multiple mana, but it provides from either source. So and they often come at some sort of disadvantage. They have some sort of limitation when you play them. In this case, this comes into play tapped, but it gives me options for multiple sources of mana, which is really good when you want to play something like a tricolor dragon. You don't want to play all three of those colors. So this is, I feel like we're building around the dragon. Probably not really worth it to build around a decently strong, but not incredible. I mean, it's a pretty damn good card in Arena, but it's not individually, it's not on its own gonna win the game. So building around that's a little sketchy, but I think I'm doing it. I'm taking another Cinder Barons. Okay, what does this look like to us? We got a second Millstone. Not really interested in Millstone. Abnormal Endurance is probably the best combat trick that Black-Red has to offer. Maybe not. I think Abnormal Endurance is good, but I think the +3/+0 first strike one, I can't remember what it's called, is probably slightly better. Drafting a combat pick here is a little bit sketchy over drafting something like a Pyromancer, but I don't know what colors we're doing yet. I think I'm taking that. I could be talked into the creature. I could be talked into the other creature. I don't love the Pyromancer. Millstone, I think we're trying too many wind types here. I feel like Millstone really synergizes with some blue control decks that you can run here, or blue mill decks you can run here, and I haven't seen any of the cards for that. So I definitely am not taking Millstone. All right, Woolrich. Let's talk. Hey, welcome to the channel, B Woolrich. Let's talk about how this works. I believe very much in interacting with chat. I hate backseat gaming with a passion that rivals the light of the sun. So if you can't parse that, I would love it if you would like to talk about, if you want to offer me suggestions, do it in the format of offering information as opposed to telling me what to do. So something like, hey, Millstone has really great synergy with your cards. It offers you a win condition because XYZ. It's probably a better pick than Abnormal Endurance because, you know, YX, whatever. Sure, fire away. Pick this. No, we're not doing that. We're not playing that game. All right. So we have a 4/4/4/2 Menace Zombie. I don't love them. They're okay. They do okay damage. Abnormal Endurance is one of my favorite combat tricks, and the Pyromancer I think is totally playable. I'm going to take an Endurance now. I think it's a little bad, but I don't know my colors yet. Okay, Macabre Waltz for a little bit more recursion. Recursion and Nicol sounds hilarious to me. The Neonate's okay here too. They're both commons. I'm not really looking for a white-black ping them down kind of deck, but we'll see. Hey, Agent HS. Let's grab the Waltz. Two-headed zombie up again, a field creeper, an Infernal Hellion, which I actually like. I don't know if it's good enough to play, but I like the card. I like a 7/3 trampler one-shot thing. I think it's better in an aggro deck, and this is clearly not looking aggro to me, but maybe. I'm tempted on the zombie here, or possibly the field creeper. Field creeper has artifact synergies. It is just a 2/1 for 2. It probably doesn't see play, but if I pick up a bunch of blue artifact cards, maybe. We'll see. The Menace is totally reasonable. The Zombie Menace. Would I rather a 4/2 Menace or a 7/3 Trample that can only ever attack once in a row? I think I'd probably rather the 4/2 Menace. Divination is actually tempting here too. I don't know my colors yet. This could very easily be blue-black with a red splash, or it could be the only cards we've drafted consistently right now have been black. So it could be black-red with a blue splash, or it could be black-blue with a red splash. Zombie seems better. Zombies... Zombies... I'm not very excited about it, but a 4/2 Menace. There's a fair number of 2/2 spammable shit, and I'm not running it. I'm not like this. This isn't green, so I'm not gonna just buff it up with some massive enchantment. It's just gonna be a 4/2 who gets blocked by 2/1/1 tokens or 2/2/2s maybe. Two 2/2/2s will be okay with that, but it's not very exciting to me. I think I'm actually more excited in the divination than I am anything else here. I'm gonna grab that. Totally Lost, Sovereign's Bite, Hired Blade, Mind Rot, or Hostile Minotaur. I think the Minotaur is the best creature here. I think the Hired Blade is fairly shit. It's basically a combat trick that's also a creature that can't be used on offense. So it's like a defensive only combat trick that sometimes is still shit. I mean, maybe one day it gets like a green seer or something. But I'm not that excited about it. I don't really want to take the Totally Lost. I don't really want to I think I'd take the Hired Blade over the Minotaur here. I still think I'm leaning towards a blue-black splash, or a blue-black with a red splash. Okay, Child of Night as a black creature versus Minotaur versus Wall of Mist. Either the Wall of Mist or the Child of Night are fine. I think the Child of Night is slightly better than the Wall of Mist. I'd probably pick him up. The Motivator is not great in this deck so far. I don't like Infernal Scarring, and I'm pretty sure we're splashing red right now. So I'm probably going to pull Child of Night. The dual lands really help with splashing red too, and they don't help so much with splashing blue. I still would have to put in blue mana sources, which isn't really what I want to do. So I'm leaning towards red splash with that. The 4/2 is decent. I'm probably not going to main deck a Duress. So let me throw the Ogre in and think about it. We'll see. Huh, interesting. I see RCHR. So you're telling me the bots pick up on color cutting? That's interesting. We've got a lot of crap here. I don't really want a second red Ogre that I don't think I'm playing. I don't really want a second Hired Blade. I don't like the card, even though having 3 drops is something. Bog Stomper as a big dude in the colors I'm playing, that's a maybe. I think the Hired Blade's got to be better than this, but let's pick up the Bog Stomper anyways. The thought process being that I might need a big dude, and there's probably better 3s coming around, even if those individual cards are better. Take the Epicure of Blood, but I'm not excited about it. Take the 2-headed Zombie, not excited about it. And the Plains, of course, is not going to see play. Amulet of Safekeeping is garbage. Gutter Snipe was fairly good against me, but again is red, which I'm not really playing right now. I think Colossal Majesty is really solid. Diamond Mare, sure, not amazing, not terrible. Sperse, not that excited. The Lich's Caress is looking pretty good here. This is fairly premium removal. It's 5 for sorcery, which is kind of painful. So it's not that amazing as removal, but I think it beats all the other cards on the board. The ones that do stick out to me, though, are Diamond Mare and Disperse. But I think I'm taking the Lich's Caress, so let's grab that. Okay, Make a Stand, Reclamation Save, Satyr Enchanter, Luminous Bonds. A lot of good white cards here. That's playable, that's playable, that's playable, that's playable. Kind of nasty. Second Electrify is looking good here for removal, though. Let's grab that. I love Fountain of Renewal. It's done amazing work in a lot of different stages for me. Still only 1 blue card's a bit painful. We've got a Mirror Image. We can't Mirror Image Nicol Bolas, unfortunately. It kills him. You can only have 1 legendary out at a time. We've got a Sparkton Dragon, which I think is a decent red flyer. I don't think great. I think this card is high end of mediocre. A lot of times you just end up playing it as 5 for a 3/3 flyer, which is fairly overpriced. We've got 3 for a 2/2 flyer, which is decent. Totally Lost, the Mirror Image, and the Fountain of Renewal. I want to force blue here, but I'm not seeing blue cards. I like Wind Mage. Mirror Image has been very hit or miss for me. I love a 2/2 flyer for 3. I think that's totally reasonable. Totally Lost is maybe a better pick. It's a slower blue card, but I'll probably have blue mana with 5. Yeah, we do have our Neonate Epicure combo. It's certainly possible. I don't know about this. Hey, Shonald. How's it going, man? Yeah, I could even mess around. Should I mess around with this? I think like now that we're missing some of this camera screen, let's mess around with this. Let's fiddle with our setup. So where is Filthy? Filthy Webcam. Let's grab him up. Yeah, leave a little room for that bar. Where is our donation gold bar? There. Sure. Have to adjust that eventually. But we can get a little bit more out of the way. Okay, totally lost. Again, please, with the suggestions, please word them in the form of information as opposed to commands. Wording commands to me makes me grumpy.
A generous bestowal.
Makes me real grumpy. However, donations from Sunbeam for $10 brings a smile on my face. Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. Can I pull up Bolus for a minute? Sure. It's an exciting dragon. Makes him discard a card when you come into play, and if you ever get to 7 mana, you can exile him from play to bring in a pretty nasty planeswalker. Hey, Falky. Hey, Yoggin. Heard about the upcoming once per battle skills in Darkest Dungeon. There's a bunch of already once per battle skills in Darkest Dungeon. So, I don't know about heard about means anything to me. I've seen them. Where's my... Twitch, don't be a dick. Where's my fucking stream stats? Oh, you don't make it up in that, huh? All right, let's drop you. Just a second, guys. As I said, I've changed my setup quite a bit, so I'm messing with overlay positioning. Not overlay. That's wrong. I'm messing with positioning here on some stuff. All right, let's drag that back over. Put that to a reasonable size. Don't want to be this far down the screen. Wait, what? That's how you interpret that? Fucking thing. How about that? How do you interpret that then? Okay. That's better. All right. Yeah, I like Fountain a lot. I want to play blue, and I need to start drafting blue cards to play that. I think it's between the Mage, the Fountain, and the Neonate for me here when I look at this. And between those, I'm not super excited about the Neonate. Like, this card is fine. I just am not excited by it. And for the deck, that is. Like, I mean, the only cards, I'm not even going to tell you the cards I get excited for. That'll be beer 3. We'll get there in a minute. Between the Wind Mage and the Fountain of Renewal for us, I want more blue, but we're about a pack and a half in. We have no blue yet. Maybe the safer bet is the Fountain of Renewal. This is card draw with some life gain. I like it. Heard players not be so keen on it, but it's been really good to me. All right, no blue cards in this pack. A little bit awkward. This card is not playable. Heroic Reinforcements is a solid card, but not in our colors. We've got a Sure Strike as a red combat trick. I was hoping not to go down that path. Got another Bog Stomper and a third Cinder Barons. I think I'm going to take fucking third Cinder Barons, honestly. Thank you, Cowser Rider. I'm glad to be in Wisconsin. The people here have been phenomenal, and the beer prices are phenomenal. So it's kind of like my two favorite things. To be honest, I could care one way or the other about the people. The beer prices are great. That's where I'm going with that. Nightmare's Thirst, kind of weak removal. I have no other ways to gain life. That's not true. I found a renewal. This is probably a 1-point nuke and sometimes a 2-point nuke. I'm probably still taking it. It's in my primary color. The other plays are Spark Tongue Dragon or Omen Speaker. I don't have... God, I need to start drafting blue. Omen Speaker is a super solid blue card if I can get the blue mana early. God, I don't even know. It's been so weird the color combinations we come out of with this. Ones that stick out to me are the Spark Tongue as a mediocre common flyer, the Nightmare's Thirst as mediocre removal but still removal, the Omen Speaker as fairly good. I love a 1/3 that fixes my deck order. Problem is I need 2 blue to do it, and how often am I, or rather I need 1 blue to do it. How often am I going to have 1 blue mana on turn 2 with this deck out layout? Not very often. So I don't know. Don't know. I want blue. I could try forcing blue, or I could take the uncommon and move on and force blue later. This card's not coming around, though. Yeah, it'd be nice. I haven't even looked at the speed of this deck right now. We have basically only 1 2-drop, a couple 3-drops, but one of which might not make it there. I'm kind of tempted with the Omen Speaker. Omen Speaker's a terrible card? Please. Omen Speaker's an amazing card. You kidding me? You think 2 mana, 1/3, Scry 2 is bad? I think that's probably on the top tier of creature out there. In fact, because you said that, I'm picking that. I'm not gonna agree to be manipulated like that all the time, but Holy shit. You're insane if you think that's bad. 2 for a 1/1 that dies and becomes a 3/3. Seems to fill out my drop fairly well. Blood Divination has nice synergy with the guy we just drafted and not much else for our deck. I like a draw card. It's a fairly slow draw card on 4 as a sorcery though. Another Bog Stomper, an Infectious Horror, or a Gearsmith Guardian. We don't really have very many blue creatures right now. Gearsmith Guardian is a lot better. Yeah, no blue fucking creatures again, right? So we're struggling a bit to force blue even though we want to, which is kind of unfortunate. I don't want a second Bog Stomper. I'm never playing 2 of these. So it really becomes the Gearsmith Guardian versus the Blood Divination. My feeling is Gearsmith Guardian is not going to see a lot of play unless I get a lot of blue cards in the next pack coming up. And I might. It's possible. And what do I feel about Blood Divination? I've got to think about the targets for this on 4. I don't have a lot of draw quite yet. I would like draw. But I don't have a lot of targets for that. I'm willing to sacrifice 3 mana drops and 2 mana drops. Maybe? I'm going to draft it. Maybe. I think I'm taking the Blood Divination. I think the artifact might be better here. I'm a bit worried about our creature count right now. All right, what do we have? Disperse, Ghost Form, Totally Lost. This is not good for us. The Disperse is a little bit better than Totally Lost in terms of tempo, but it's a little bit worse in terms of card advantage. Forcing them to draw again is essentially a Time Walk effect, which is a term I learned from Steve. The point of it really is it makes them miss a turn in terms of their draws. It doesn't remove a creature. It's a tempo thing. That's relevant sometimes, and sometimes it just sucks. I don't really like Disperse, though. I find it fairly overrated. But maybe, I mean, this is good versus some of the Aura decks that we've been seeing. So maybe I'll take a Disperse. I don't know. I don't know between these. I suspect Disperse is slightly better than Totally Lost, but Totally Lost, I understand the benefit of Totally Lost, right? Like it's not clear when you first read this card what's good about it. You're like 5 for bouncing a card. That's a lot. I could pay 2 and bounce a card. Same instant speed. But the other 3 are the fact they have to fucking draw that card again. Whereas they don't have to draw that card again with Disperse. It just goes into their hand. That's a big power thing, to just remove an entire turn from their play because they have to draw the same shitty card they don't want. I'll grab the Disperse. I don't know if it's going to make a cut. Blue-white duel. 2 reds I don't want and a black I don't want. Awkward. All right, I'll take either of these. These are both decent blue cards, and they're in the color I'd like to force here. I like a 0/5 Defender. I think that's a totally reasonable card for this. I also like Uncomfortable Chill. I think the draw is decent. The combat effect -2, -0 is not super fun or super good, but I do value the card draw for that, and kind of helps sometimes versus some rush down decks, some stuff. I think I'm gonna grab an Uncomfortable Chill over the Wall of Mist. It's kind of close for me. Totally Lost. We're getting it anyways. I don't want the rest of these cards, so we'll pick it up. Second Bog Stomper versus a Lava Axe or Double Cast. Yeah. Mind Rot versus Catalyst Elemental. Sure. Wall of Vines versus Mighty Leap. I don't want either of these cards. Plains. We got 2 plains now, so that's good. If we want to go white, we've got the plan. So we get basic mana provided. All right. Liliana's Contract. 4 life for 4 cards on 5 mana. It's good, but it's very slow. The second part's not relevant. The Volley Veteran's very good as a red card goes. Same with the Siegebreaker Giant. Red card, very good if you have goblins. It's amazing with goblins. The Siegebreaker Giant is a decent, nasty fucking attacker for 6/3. I don't think it's great in this deck, the way this deck is looking at. The Doomed Dissenter triggers my interest. The Liliana's Contract triggers my interest. And the Explosive Apparatus. I think this is a little bit lower power. 3/2 menace for 3 I think is amazing. I don't know if we're going to go red. I'm trying to force blue here, so I'd like to stay away from that. I suppose a 2/3 for 3 is okay if I'm trying to force blue. Hanging out between these. I like a second Doomed Dissenter. It both fills up the early game issues I have and also activates Blood Divination nicely, which is pretty good for me. I wouldn't mind a Lilia on this contract, but I'm a bit scared of what our fucking early game looks like. I'm also beginning to worry how we kill them. We've got Nicobolus, but if they have any removal, well, now I don't have Nicobolus. So I guess I bring him back 3 times and hope that's enough, but it's not really feeling like a win condition to me right now. I suppose what I'm getting at is I'm talking myself into Doom Dissenter right now. And that over Liliana's contract, I'm not sure about that. I think that's too slow for us to be relevant to anything, and I think the Dissenter fills a nice, slow portion of our deck out in a color that I'm going to have. So I'm going to grab the Dissenter. Alright, what's next? Second Enigma Drake. Second Draconic Disciple. Got a Skymarch Bloodletter, who I think a lot of, and another Disperse. I think I like a 3 for a 2/2 flyer right now. I don't know. What do I have in terms of 1? It's instants and sorceries. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm probably not playing that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Jesus. Well, Drake's actually not bad for us. The 4 toughness on a Drake really is pretty solid. Blue-red hand, hard to play for us. Well, it's going to be less consistent than black. 1 black, 2 others for sure. I think it's a more solid creature for our deck right now than the Bloodletter. Although, arguably not early game. Decisions. Step away for a couple days. I feel like I'm back on square one. Don't know, honestly. I like the Drake. Card's super powerful. Skymarch is decent. Running a lot of instants. I think I'm taking the Drake. I'm worried about my air game here. And I think 4 toughness is a little bit happier for me. I'm going to drive the Drake. See what happens. Harpy is very solid. There's mana fixing here. Salvager of Secrets. We've just counted. We have a fuck ton of instants and sorceries. So a lot of value off both of these cards. This has synergy with our two whatever the fuck they're called. Dissenters. I think I'd rather the flyer than the Salvager of Secrets for right now. I wouldn't mind a Salvager of Secrets a little bit later. Aether Tunnel, Anticipate, Scholar of Stars. Take the Scholar of Stars. Probably. I only have 1 artifact. Not a lot of synergy with that. Top 3 cards of your library. Put 1 in your hand. The rest at the bottom of your library in any order. It's okay. Synergy with their Drake and not much else. I like Aether Tunnel, but nothing in my deck screams that that's going to be very helpful for us. It's not how this deck plays. I don't think it has any synergy with their deck. I don't want a second Macabre Waltz. I think Anticipate is mediocre here. I think Scholar of Stars is mediocre too, but I might be able to pick up another playable artifact. I'm going to grab the Scholar of Stars. All right. Epicure, Child of Night.
A renewal. Welcome back.
Good luck on the new setup.
Welcome back to Parasite 916. Thank you for the resub. And cheers. I'm enjoying the new setup right now. All right, if I look at the deck layout right now, second Epicure of Blood probably trumps Bog Stomper and Utility, but maybe not. I do have the Fountain of Renewal. Getting a second Epicure is not a bad thing. Child of Night as another 2-drop that I'm happy to sacrifice is kind of okay, but maybe not great. I think Cancel is a fine card, although I don't love it in this format. I don't know that I want... I certainly don't want 2 blue Cancel for me. I'd take an Essence Scatter, but I don't think I'd take a Cancel right now. So for me, between Child of Night and Epicure of Blood, how are we doing on 2-drops? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 2-drops with 1, 2, 3, probably playable 3-drops. Not super excited about our early game. Not excited about anything except Nicobolus right now. Let's grab the Epicure and hope for a better 2-drop. All right, what do we got? Detection Tower, not excited about. Frilled Sea Serpent, not excited about. Marauder's Axe, we have some cheap flyers that could be okay. A Walking Corpse and a Hired Blade. These are the 3 I'm looking at. This says Artifact Synergy with Scholar of Stars. It makes our flyers a little bit more valuable. It gives me some trading with our low hit point shit. I'm going to grab the Marauder's Axe and not be that sad about it at all. Kind of like the card. Totally Lost number 2. Macabre Waltz number 2. Active Treason number 1. This is such shit for us. I don't want any of these cards. At all. It's not even a rare I could draft here. I'll grab the Waltz, but I don't think I'm playing 2 Waltzes. We got Havoc Devils, Crash Through, Tormenting Voice, and 2-headed Zombie in Ghost form. The only one that could maybe see play is a 2-headed Zombie. Probably not, though. Infernal Scarring versus Scholar. I'll take the Scholar and not be all upset about that. Need another blue card. Minotaur, Totally Lost, Active Treason. I probably value a... Didn't I already draft a Totally Lost? No. I'm going to grab the Minotaur, but I'm not playing him. Probably. Okay, we tried to force stuff around our Nicobolus, and I haven't seen it pay off. I don't want these cards. I'll take the Sovereigns. Take the Oaken form, but I don't want it. Take the Duress, but I don't want it. I'll take the Bog Stomper number 3, but I don't want it. Take the Infectious Horror, but I don't want it. I'll take the Forest. So, my prediction for this deck is, on a 7-point scale, is 4 wins. But I think it's pretty bad. All right, let's pull that out. All right, what do we got? 51 of 40. We got some stuff to get rid of. I like the double Epicure. I'm fine with that. I like the Rise. I only have one totally lost in here. Didn't I draft like 1,000? Let's get rid of Duress. Disperse. Questionable about that. We have 2 red removal spells and 1 black removal spell, and that's all we're running. What's our early game look like? Okay. Field on a Sunday and a quick draft is fairly weak. Oh. You're sweet talking me, Falky. That's nice. I appreciate that. Get that ego up. Yeah, I could outplay him. I think to myself. 1, 2, 3, 4. And our colors, I think we're going blue, black with red splash is our plan. Down to 6 more when you cut. Do I ever win a game from a Bog Stomper? Maybe. Maybe one big fat dude is a thing. I like the Blood Divination. I like the Divination. I like the Bullets. The 2-headed Zombies are not at all excited to me. The Infectious Horror, not at all excited to me. Exciting to me. 3 remaining. Omen Speaker, Child of Night, Doom Dissenters. Those are all staying. Abnormal Endurance is staying. I don't know about double Waltz. Let's pull 1. Keeping the Axe. Scholar, Hired Blade, Harpy, Enigma Drake, Divination, Uncomfortable Chill. Those are all staying. Scholar of Stars staying. These are all staying. So we come down here. How do I feel about a Totally Lost? I'm pretty not pleased about the idea of playing that. Need 2. I'm looking at Totally Lost, and I'm looking at Bog Stomper right now. What would be a second pick for a Bog Stomper? By the way, we have like no flyers. 2 flyers. How do we win this game? We just recycle fucking Nicobolus over and over and over again. And never play him as a Planeswalker. I think Epicure Blood is worse than Bog Stomper in this deck. I think it's pretty close, man. I don't know. I mean, the damage on that is totally nothing. Hey, Test Panda. All right, how do I feel about this? Questionable, questionable. Got some mediocre ground creatures. What's the creature count? 11? Can't have 11 creatures in a deck. That's not a reasonable thing to play. We gotta cut a waltz. 11 creatures. Who drafted this deck, and what can I say to that person to convince them otherwise? Do I triple bog stomper them? What, you don't think triple bog stomper is playable? That's 12. That's 13. What? How did I add 1 and get 13? Math. Okay. What else we got in here? Oh, I haven't fired that up. Thank you, Oak Dragon, for reminding me. I absolutely can. If I can fucking find it with this new setup. Where are you, Deckmaster? Come down here. Can't believe no one said that before now. It's a good point, though. Okay. Take out Lich's Caress. It's my only solid removal. Literally the only one that's just a straight up kill. I don't think I'm taking out Lich's Caress. Did I accidentally click it when I wasn't looking? Because I really did not want to do that. Oh, I did. Thanks for pointing that out. I have no desire to take that out. Okay. How does MTG Arena work? Is it only Arena play? Well, I don't think Arena is a game mode in Magic. If you're talking is it only draft play, then the answer is no, it's not only draft play. It's just the newest client for Magic the Gathering. Can I get up to at least 13 creatures here? There's too many hands I'm not going to be able to play anything here. I've got a guy who eats creatures, and I don't have no fucking creatures to sacrifice to him. That feels pretty bad. Can I play an 11, 12 creature deck? 1 in 3 cards is a creature. Let's never trade. Never trade, chat. When I look at this, what do I see as weak cards in the deck that could possibly be removed? Maybe Abnormal Endurance, but it's basically a combat trick that revives a creature. I don't want to do that. Has so much synergy with things like Doomed Dissenters, Gabolas, etc. Anything with a maybe Uncomfortable Chill, but I value the card draw off of it. Oh, don't worry about the lands yet, Hamburger. We haven't even touched that yet. I'm looking at the creatures right now. Looking at the cards. I don't want to drop Electrifies. I don't want to drop the Enigma Drake. Let's hope they never play valuable creatures on the board. Okay. All right. So we're going to try this. I'm going to be sad. You're going to be sad. We're all going to be sad. All right. So what do we have for Swamps? 8. With 3 more sources. We do not need 11 black sources. That can go down. I think 9 black sources is more than enough. 6 red sources. Also on the high end. Looking at 5 maybe. It's 11, 14, 15, 16, 17. All right. That's 12, 14, 17. Hey, Aqua. Yeah, man. Finally, indeed. They give you one when you cross the Illinois-Wisconsin border. And I'm like, well, now that I have one, I might as well use it. So maybe the Marauder's Axe has very little value in this game. I just feel like with low creature count that in the second artifact for Scholar of Stars, I kind of want to play it. Might not have value. Let's see how this does. We'll call this, this is testing setup, of course. This is not a real arena. So if we lose, it's because of the setup. So, all right. Let's get going.